Moosa Raza sahab, this is Kashif Loda of TwoCircles.net. You've been an IAS officer for a long time, serving in Gujarat and also in Delhi, Government of India. There are a lot of schemes that the government makes for development of weaker sections, including minorities. But we don't see any change. What is the reason for that?
The main reason I believe is that while the Government of India in many cases has a very sympathetic attitude towards the minorities and the weaker sections, and they develop and frame so many schemes to ameliorate poverty, to improve educational standards, to open schools, to give them midday meal and all these various other kinds of developmental schemes. But at the level of implementation, the monitoring is so poor that the benefits of the schemes don't go down to the persons who are supposed to be the beneficiaries. Now, you have to develop a strong implementational and monitoring agency. Now, the implementational agency is fairly well defined. You have got the various departments, the education department, which is supposed to be implementing all educational schemes. The UGC is there, the various universities are there, and as far as the developmental schemes are concerned, the state governments are there, the district administration is there. These are all supposed to be theoretically the implementing agencies. But at the implementing agency level, partly due to lethargy, partly due to negligence, partly due to lack of commitment to the concept of ameliorating the weaker sections, the minorities and so on, the implementation is overlooked. I mean, it's not done in the same spirit in which the scheme has been framed. So there is a solution. There is a solution for this, and I have been advocating this solution for the last 15 years, both in writing and at various forums. The main solution, I think, very important solution, is to establish a parliamentary committee for minorities on the same basis as there is a parliamentary committee for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. As a IAS officer, I have faced the parliamentary committee on scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. They take care of the recruitment to the various services of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people, the reservation quota, whether it is being fulfilled or not, the various developmental scheme, whether the benefits are going to these people or they are not going to these people. All this is being taken care of by this parliamentary committee. If you have a parliamentary committee for minorities and the Government of India hands over all the schemes which it has formulated for the weaker sections to this committee and gives this committee the same mandate as they have given to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe committee to look into the implementation of these various schemes, to travel into the various states, go to the various departments, obtain data from the departments, analyze the data. They are usually given a secretarial help to analyze the data. Then the members of the parliament study this data, and then when they go to the head of the department, when they go to the secretary of the department, when they go to the district level, meet the district magistrate, the collector, the deputy commissioner, the commissioner, they raise issues on these implementational aspects to find out how much has been implemented, how much money have you spent on this scheme or that scheme, how many people have you recruited from this grade or that grade in this office or that office. Then the implementation agency becomes alert. It takes things seriously because they know that they are answerable to the representatives of the people, and the representatives of the people do visit these areas on a very frequent basis, and they are supposed to be submitting reports on an annual basis to the parliament. Now, this becomes a very transparent process, and the general public, the common man, and especially the beneficiaries come to know what has happened to these schemes. Have these schemes really brought about the results which were intended? Have they been implemented? Has the money allocated for education been actually spent during the course of the year? Has the budget expectations been fulfilled? All these facts will become transparent, will become to be known in the parliament, and the parliament will be able to debate, discuss and come up with ideas. That is what I think should be done at this stage.
Is there any precedent for this kind of committee anywhere in India?
Well, I believe that not at the national level, unfortunately, that is where we have got to work on, but there are state assemblies which have set up committees of this type. The Karnataka Assembly has set up a committee, the Andhra Pradesh Assembly has set up a committee like this, and I believe the Kerala Assembly also has set up a committee. I know of these three states where committees on minorities have been set up.
So this is an excellent idea, and also there is a precedent set in some states. And you said you've been trying to get it implemented for last 15 years. What is the problem in getting it set up?
And the only thing I can say is that the representatives of the people have not apparently been yet convinced of the necessity of such a committee, and if they are convinced, they have not found time to take up these issues at the parliamentary level. That's the only reason I can imagine.
So what can people of India do to pressure them into taking this?
Oh, we will have to start a movement. The constituents will have to approach their representatives and try to bring these issues before them, point out to them how many schemes are there of the government of India which have not found, which have not been honored in the implementation, and try to persuade them to raise this issue at the parliament level, and not only by themselves, but they should be able to get their colleagues from their various parties to collaborate and cooperate with them in the establishment of such a committee. If all the constituents of all the constituencies approach the newly elected members of the parliament, who will be coming in with great enthusiasm in the formation of a new government, I have hopes that such a parliamentary committee could be established. I have failed in the last 3 parliamentary sessions in getting this to move. The best time is to get it done in the very first year of the new parliament. If you wait, then the parliament members get bogged down by so many other priorities that this is given a go by, this is sidelined. So in this very year, after the formation of the parliament, new parliament comes into existence, this is the time to take up this issue.
Thank you, Moosa Raza sir, for talking to us.